I had a question about brazing over a hole. Now, I'm no expert at this, but once in a while, I'll burn through a piece of copper or a piece of sheet metal, or somehow I'll drill something and get the hole in the wrong place and then have to cover it up and then drill another hole. So, as I say, I'm no expert at this, but these are some of the techniques that I've used to either fill up a hole or braze over a hole. Now, this piece of metal appears to be copper. When I picked it up, I thought that's what it was. But it's actually a copper-clad material. In other words, it's brass and then sandwiched between copper, oftentimes called as red brass. Now here, since I thought it was copper, I'm using a copper rod, just an 8-gauge electrical wire to braze over there, hoping I get the copper color. But in this case, I was wrong. It's actually brass underneath. Now, if I wanted to just braze over this hole in this washer, that's pretty easy. Just put it on this heavy block of steel and start adding bronze. But wonder if I didn't have a backing, something that I could put this against. Like up like this. How am I going to get the bronze in there? Well, now, this is what I've done a few times, and it's really not pretty, but it does get the job done. What I'm doing here is I'm putting a little bit of bronze in one spot, going across, putting a little bit more bronze, another spot, and keep going until I get all the way around, and then I'm going to go back to one of the first bronzes, put a little bit more on, put a little bit more, keep working at until I can finally fill this whole circle in. Now, it's important to note that it takes more heat to unbraze something than it does to braze. And in this case, that works to my advantage. Now, if I drill a hole and find out it's not in the right spot, I can just braze right over it. But if I want to make sure that hole is completely filled in, then I can stick my rod right down in there. And then I start brazing it around and getting the steel hot, red hot. And it will just, there's enough residual heat that it will just melt that bronze. Flush in the back. So that rod has brazed all the way through. And ideally, this video is no use to you at all if you've never made a mistake.